Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you guys how to design a food flyer for a restaurant, right? Now this is going to be different from our last one. It's also going to look awesome as usual. So without further ado, first we need to create our new canvas, right? So this is the size I'm using, right? 210 millimeters by 270. All right, these are my settings, and it's going to be the vertical orientation. And I'll create. Now these are the items we would use. This is the food, all right, the food that we're going to use for this design. I've already grouped them so that it will be easy for me to just move everything in at once. So these are the elements, right? So first thing I'm going to do is to drag in our background. This is what I want to use. I'm going to scale this and increase it to a point where these dark parts won't be visible. Alright, so it's going to scale that like that. I'm going to blur it a bit. It's already blurred, but I want it to be a lot more blurrier than this. Alright, so 110 is perfect. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer mask for this one, right? So I just want to work on the background first before bringing all other elements. Right, so I'm going to clear up just this parts, leaving this side to be white. Then I'm gonna create a rectangle, right? I'm gonna create a rectangle right here. It's gonna be red or this brown. Alright? And I'll remove the stroke. I don't normally use stroke, but I'll remove the stroke for this one. Okay, that's perfect. Next, I'm gonna bring in the first picture, right, which is this one. Or before I do that, let me just bring it in. All right, so drag this in and bring it right here. I'm gonna enlarge. I'm gonna scale this up a bit, right, because I want it to fit right around here. Just like that. Alright, then next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create some boxes, or you can call them rectangles if you want. Just change this to whites. Now the purpose of these boxes is to put those images of the other foods, right? Because it's not only one food that this restaurant will be serving. Now all of this will be behind this main picture. So I'm just gonna bring this up, scale it up just like that, and duplicate it. Right? You can make 3 copies of this, and then this one I'll just drag it in just like that. Alright, now let me round up the edges a bit. Okay, same thing for this one. Oh, let me do the same for all of them. Right, 24 and 24 pixels. Alright, so we're done with that. And then next thing I'm gonna do is bring in the food one by one. I've already brought this one inside. I'm gonna drag in the pepper soup. Alright, then I'm gonna scale it down. And put it right above the first one. Now I want it to be above the first one, which is this, so I'm gonna bring it up. Alright, then I'll hold down my Alt key and put it inside the first rectangle, right? And then I'll group it, call it one, just one, right? Just so I know where I'm at. And maybe I'll give it a stroke, white stroke, right? Just to bring out those borders. Alright, I'll turn this to white with an overlay blend mode, right? You can use any one you want, but I'm gonna use the overlay. Okay, now I'm done with this. Then for the second one, I'm gonna bring in the other images. I already brought this one, so I'll go to the next one. Now I'll bring in this one first. Or maybe not. Let me bring in this tube. This tube is looking quite nice right now and very attractive. So I can just rotate this like this. Actually, I think it will be perfect for the second one. Let me just leave it here for now, and then turn this off and drag in the next food. Alright, drag in the next one and then just put it inside, right? Just like that. And then I'll group it as well. All this too, right? And I'll just copy this layer effects. You can do that just by holding your Alt key, then click and drag, right? Now for this one, I'm gonna bring this above the layer and then put it inside, just like that. And then same process. Call this 3. Then while holding down your Alt key, click, copy the effects, right? Just like that. Now I'm gonna make some adjustments to this food. I'm gonna increase the exposure a little bit because I want it to catch the eye. Then increase the contrast a bit, so I can just copy that smart filter and put it on this one. And then for this, same thing. Alright, you can see they're all popping out, right? They're like in your face. So I am done with this for now. I'm done with the food. I'm just close up all this layer. I think I'm gonna drag this up a bit. Now guys, don't forget to lock your background layer so that you don't accidentally move it, right? Because it's going to mess up your work, especially when you don't notice it on time. Alright, then I will increase this one a little. Perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in the other elements. Now I want it to be underneath. I want it to be underneath these other elements here, right? It should be underneath this our main food, right? So just gonna select this layer because it's right underneath this layer. This is our soup layer, right? So I'm gonna turn this off, and then I will drag in, where is it? This is it right here. I'll drag it right here. And scale it. Now you must have seen me use this particular element in a lot of the food flyers that I've made, right? It's just because it fits, right? It's kind of passes the message. So I'm gonna blur this. I'll give it a motion blur. Now increase the distance. Alright, now I'm gonna duplicate this, so I don't want the motion blur to be too much on the first one. So for this, I'm gonna scale it up a little bit like this, and then I'm gonna click on Ctrl J to duplicate it, right? And then for this one, I'm gonna rotate it and blur it even more. So I'm gonna blur it even more. Filter, motion blur. Now for this one, I'm gonna bring it above the main image. I'm gonna increase the blur, and I want it to be 0. Alright, you know what, I'll bring this under our main subject, right? I'll bring it under and then bring in this white part. Now select these two layers and move it up a bit. Then I'll select these ones Alright, perfect. Now if you want to add any elements, like you want to add a phone number or contact info, you can just add them right here. Alright. So I think I'm going to sharpen this image. Alright, now next thing I'll bring in is the name of, actually let me quickly fix this. Let me move these guys up a bit. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is to add the name of the restaurant, right? Aha, don't forget, we also have some other elements to bring in, like this leaf. I'll bring this here, scale it down a bit. Right. I'll bring this behind our main image, which is this. I'm gonna add a blur effect to this. Alright, just a little, shouldn't be much. Bring this up, and then for the red pepper, I'll just bring that right here. Right, and then I also give it a motion blur. Maybe I'll change the direction 12 degrees. Alright, so I'll bring in the name of the restaurant. Which is Southern Kitchen, right? So I'm gonna type in Southern Kitchen. Southern first. Let me work on the Southern first before bringing in the kitchen. I'm gonna change the font to this one. Actually, I have a font that I actually used. Anyways, for the sake of this tutorial, this will do. So I'm gonna scale it up. I'm gonna scale it up. And give it brown color. And then I will duplicate this and add the kitchen. Alright, that was what I was looking for. Then for this one, I'll change the font to Good Vibrations. Alright, and I'll scale it up, change the color to green and scale it up just like that. Now I can actually give this a shadow. And a stroke. think I'll reduce the opacity of our shadow, just like that. Let me see if I take this outside. Yeah, perfect. Now for this one, I'm going to bring it right here, right at the top. It's going to be right here, and I'm going to add a motion blur as well. For this one, I'm going to change the direction, right? Change the direction. Perfect. Now next thing I'm going to do is to add some lighting effects, right? Some glows. So I'm going to click outside because I want those effects to be above all the layers. I'm going to click here and create a new layer. Then I'll select my brush tool and choose the kind of effect I want to add. And I can come right here and add one right here. Then select a blend mode that just makes it pop. Perfect. Let's see if I can find something better. I think this is perfect. Then I'll create another layer for the second brush. The reason why I always do this is so that I will have full control over each individual brushes, and I can delete any one I want to if I choose to. So come right here and click. So change the blend mode. Linear dodge. Right? Then you can also add another one if you want to. Maybe I'll use a green for this part. Right? Now you have to be careful when you're using the blend mode because you don't want to draw attention to the wrong part. Alright guys, so that is it for this tutorial. Like I said, if you want to add a contact information of the restaurant, you can add it here. You want to add an address, you can also do that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, do well to subscribe to the channel and also check out my other videos. Alright, I have some great tutorials that I prepared for you guys, right? Some nice beautiful designs. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and please do well to subscribe as it actually helps the channel a lot. Alright, and it will cost you nothing to do subscribe as well. Alright, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comments and I'll do well to attend to it. I will answer your questions as soon as possible. Alright, so thank you for watching. See you in our next tutorial.